And we'll come to a seat. And I'm gonna mute, and you're welcome to either take it into a gallery mode here, or with it muted on active speaker, I'll be on the big screen. And then you can take some padding or block underneath the seat here, stand up top, see if you can lengthen the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. And then find that sense of just sinking down through the sitting bones down into the earth. Take a moment or two to come back to your breath. As you inhale, finding that expansion across the chest and the belly. Reaching the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, and as you exhale, finding that sense of sinking down, settling in a bit more. We'll join the palms together over the heart and just bring your thumbs to heart center. Taking a moment here. And just allowing an intention to arise. And we'll seal that intention with a sound of 3 ohms. So inhaling. Take a breath in, exhale your breath, and we'll just blink open the eyes here, just interlacing the fingers. Bring the heels of the palms together here, and then start to make some circles with the wrists, taking your time. So you can allow that right wrist to be active, and just allow your left wrist to be limp. And then after you've done a few circles in that one direction, go ahead and reverse this circle, and come in the opposite direction. So continue to allow that left wrist to be limp, let the right wrist lead. And then we'll reverse that and let your left wrist be active. And just let your right wrist be limp. And then after you've gone through a couple of circles that way, just reversing that. So letting that left wrist be active, but just reversing that circle in the opposite direction. And then from here, we'll spread the fingers and reach through the hands and start to take that stretch into the hands and then up into the forearms. And then from here, just take the arms all the way up overhead. Find that extension. Take a breath in. We'll exhale and just bend the elbows here. So nestle the back of the head into the arm. Sitting up tall. Take a breath in and then take that entire out breath to release this hand. Extending that arm all the way alongside the ear. Take a side bend over to your right. And then turn the chest up. From there, turn the gaze up toward that hand, breathing in and out. Take one more breath here. We'll sweep the hand down. And from here, just draw your forehead towards your knees. So see if you can allow the weight of the head to release. Relax your jaw a bit. And then taking a breath in, take this hand to the outside of the knee. Grow a little taller here, coming out to your fingertips. And as you exhale, setting yourself up for the twist. So on the inhale breath, think of the crown of the head reaching toward the ceiling. As you exhale, ribs wrapping around head and neck follow. Inhale, grow tall. Find that length through the spine. Exhale, deepening that twist. One more breath. And then staying in the twist here, sweep this other arm alongside the ear. Take a side bend in that other direction. Just turning out sideways long. We'll go ahead and sweep that hand down and just find your other knee from here. Relax the back of the neck. And then on your next breath in, sweep the arms all the way up. From here, backstroke the arms behind you. Come to fingertips and just bend your elbows a bit. From there, lift your heart, lift the chest. Like you've got that block between the shoulder blades. Little back bend here. One more breath. And then we'll rock back at the sitting bones. Go ahead and switch to crossing the legs. And then bring that other thumb on top, so the non-habitual thumb, and come back to those circles. So this time, maybe starting with the left wrist leading. Let that right wrist be limp. And then after you've gone through a couple of circles in that one direction, reversing that circle. And it might feel a little awkward with that opposite, interlace the fingers. And then let your right wrist lead. Let the left wrist be limp. Should feel nice, kind of like a little massage. And then reversing that circle. Again, letting the right wrist lead. And then after you've circled, spread the fingers and press through the hands, reaching the hands out in front of you and getting that stretch for the forearms. And then float the arms all the way up overhead. Keep those sides of the waist long here. Take a breath in. We'll bend the elbows, nestle the back of the head into the arm. And then stay here for a breath or two, opening up the shoulders, open the chest. Take a deep inhale. Take that entire out breath to release the hand. And just lengthen that arm all the way alongside your ear. Keep grounding down through that sitting bone. Keep the sideways long, chest turning up, turn the gaze up here. One more breath. Sweep this hand down and draw your forehead towards your knee. See if you can drop through that right shoulder this time. And then take a breath here. We'll sweep the hand to the outside of the knee. Taking your other hand, bring it back behind you. Come onto fingertips for a little taller first. And then as you exhale, setting yourself up for the twist. So on the inhale breath, reach the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Exhale, think of those ribs wrapping around the head and neck will follow. One more breath in, grow tall. Deepening the twist, stay in the twist here. Take that other arm, bring it alongside the ear, and take a side bend in that other direction. Deep inhale here, we'll sweep this hand down, find your other knee, and then just relax the back of the neck. Allow the weight of the head to release. And as you inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Back stroke the arms behind you here, through the fingertips. Lift your heart, lift your chest, a little back bend. Staying here, peeling the hips up off your blanket or block. One more breath. And exhale, releasing. And then bring on to hands and knees. So you're welcome to take that blanket up underneath your seat here if you like. And we'll make our way onto hands and knees. And then take a moment here, spreading through the fingers, grounding down into the floor through those finger pads and knuckle pads. And we'll just shift forward and back a little bit. So a little more attention with the wrists. I went outside earlier and I guess I got some leaves in my shoe. They're all over my mat now. I've got like a pile of leaf rings. I didn't realize my feet were so dirty. Shifting back and forth. And then we'll come forward and from here, bring your wrists so they're parallel this time. Same thing, same as before. Shifting back and forth, fingers spread. And then the next time that you shift forward, go ahead and spin them all the way around so that the wrists are parallel to the top of your mat. You might have a smaller range of motion here, but maybe a little deeper stretch of your forearms. Feels nice. Go back and forth a couple of times, and then we'll come back to the middle. Spin the hands back around. And then from here, go ahead and drop the belly, extend the heart as you breathe in. As you breathe out, just rolling your tail under. So really pressing into the hands here. Press the floor away. Inhale to allow the belly to drop. From there, the heart will lift. As you exhale, round all the way into cat. You can maybe linger a little bit more in cat or cow. Just moving with your breath here. Finding that extension. Lengthening through the belly as you exhale. Really press into the hands. See if you can really find that stretch through the low back. Feel nice. One more like that. Inhale. The heart will extend. And then as you exhale, round all the way up, pressing into the hands here. Go ahead and this next breath in, take your right leg straight back this time. And then as you exhale, curling your tail under, draw your nose towards your knee. So re-extending through that leg. And then rounding through the upper back. Two more like that. Moving on your breath here. One more inhale, reach, and then curl the tail under. This next time you reach back through the leg, we're going to find a turnout, so external rotation through the hip joint, and then draw your elbow toward that right, or knee, toward that right elbow. Reach it back, and then tap. Reach it back. Two more like that, nice and steady. So you're turning out in the hip joint here. Next time, step it all the way through. We're going to take it to the outside of that right hand, and then shift the hands forward a little. So readjust, and then just sink into that hip. Finding that stretch to the front of the thigh. And we'll lengthen through the leg. Now you're welcome to grab some blocks here as needed. And then rebend. And go through a couple more like that. Lengthening over that front leg. And rebend. And then the next time you rebend this knee, let's just take a little circle clockwise here. Let's try to open up to the fronts of the hips, and backs of the legs. mindful, moving in a way that feels comfortable for you. So you might have a smaller circle, or maybe even a bigger circle than me. And then the next time that you rebend this knee, go ahead and bring weight into the hands here. Lift through the belly and just step back onto all fours. And then nice and easy, going through cat and cow once again, extending heart. And as you exhale, rounding all the way up, curling the tail under. So the belly will drop and then the heart will lift. And then as you exhale, think of pressing into the hands to really round up through your spine. And then the next time you breathe in, this time we'll take the left leg, bend it back behind you, and then think nose to your knee, so rounding through the back. Re-extend, reach, and then pull the belly up and in as you round. 2 more like that. Moving with the breath. And then the next time that you reach your leg straight back behind you, this time turning out from the hip joint, we'll bring the knee toward the left elbow and then tap it back. So tapping the left elbow and then reach it back. 2 more like that. So you're turning out in your hip. This next time, stepping it all the way through to the outside of that left hand and then readjust the hands forward and just start to sink your hips. So give yourself a moment to settle in. You can even bring a blanket to that back knee as needed. And then if you need to, hands to blocks, and then just lengthen over that front leg. And we'll rebend, and then lengthen through that leg. Nice and easy. So starting to warm up the hamstrings here. Also opening through the front of the hips. Should feel nice. And then the next time you rebend that knee, we're going to circle counterclockwise. So circling over to the left, all the way around and back. Last time through, so circling all the way around. And then the next time that you rebend that knee, go ahead and shift the weight into the hands, lift through the belly, and just step that foot back. And we'll slide the hands slightly forward, tucking your toes under here. Lift the knees and just reach the hips all the way up and back and start to pedal the feet. So nice and easy, bending one knee. As you reach and straighten that opposite heel towards your mat. Just going back and forth, pedaling in place. The next time you reach through that left heel, roll over the top of the right foot here. And then roll back through your toes and roll over the top of the left foot. So giving your feet some attention. You can start to break out the fascia of the feet. And then the next time you roll over the top of that right foot, this time circling the ankle. One direction and then the other. Should feel nice, just kind of breaking up the feet a bit. We'll do the same with the left. Rolling over the top of the foot, take a couple circles of the ankle. And then really actively press into the hands here, just moving toward the thighs. Lift your heels. Try and keep the hips where they are. Lengthen the heels back down. Go through that 2 more times. Heels lift. I'm just starting to warm up the feet. 1 more like that. Heels lift, keep the hips high, and then just lengthen the heels toward your mat. Nice and easy. The next time you lift your heels, peel forward. Finding that plank position, shoulders directly over top of your wrist. Press into the hands and then actively press the shoulder blades onto your back here. Come forward to tippy toes. Taking the knees down here. See if you can hug your elbows in and just lower your chest just between your hands. Once you're here, activate the legs. We'll peel the chest away. Just take a baby cobra. And then release the forehead down. Go for 2 more. Inhale. Peel the chest away. Rolling through the spine. 1 more. Rising up. Little back bend. This time pressing back through all fours. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Bringing the hips up and back, come to down dog. And then pedaling in place. Just allow that pedaling to become walking. Nice and easy. No rush. I'm going to take a forward fold here at the head of the mat. So bend the knees enough so the chest can just kind of collapse onto the thighs. The weight of the head is heavy. And then you can take a hold of opposite elbows if you like. Take a little sway side to side. And back and forth. We'll come to settle in the middle here. And then allow the knees to bend. And keeping the knees soft. Just still feeling like you're pressing the floor away as you stack 1 vertebrae on top of another. We'll rise up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back at the top and take a moment to take Tadasana here. And I'll slide my mat back just a bit. And then lift all 10 toes, spread the toes. Bring them down one at a time from those pinkies all the way to the big toes. One more like that. Lift your toes away from the floor. Spread your toes. Bring them down one at a time, keeping those toes spread. And then from here, taking the hands over the heart, we'll inhale the arms all the way up. So as you exhale, hinging from the hips, fold forward. Lengthen your belly. Hands can come to shins or thighs. Holding forward again, ground the feet. Take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Hinge from your hips, fold forward. A little bend in the knees here. Lengthen the belly. Hands can come to shins or thighs. And then folding forward, ground your feet, sweeping the arms, rise all the way up to stand. And as you exhale, taking those arms back down. Tadasana. This time, inhale, take the arms up. We'll hinge from the hips, fold forward over the legs. Find a long spine here, so the heart draws forward. And from here, step your right leg back into a lunge. So coming so that you're light on the fingertips here, finding that lift through the belly. And then as you exhale, we'll step the left foot back to meet your right. Making your way to downward dog. Lift your heels high, glide forward, and find a high plank, shoulders over your wrists. Come forward to tippy toes, take the knees down. See if you can hug your elbows and lower all the way onto your belly. From here, slide your hands underneath your shoulders, hug the elbows and feel the chest away. And then tuck the toes, press into the hands. Take your thighs up and back to down dog. Raising the right leg. Take it all the way forward between the hands. Come back to fingertips. As you exhale, step that left foot to meet your right. Fold over. Ground your feet here. Take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Long spine here, heart draws forward. This time taking the left leg back. Light on the fingertips here, find that engagement through the belly. And as you exhale, taking that right foot back. Down dog. Glide forward into a plank, shoulders over the wrists. Aim the chest forward, take the knees down. Hug your elbows and lower all the way down. Peel the chest away, activate the legs, cobra. Tuck the toes, press into the hands. Take your thighs up and back to down dog. Raising the left leg this time. Take it all the way forward between the hands and come back to fingertips here. As you exhale, step that right foot to meet your left, fold. Grounding the feet, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. Breathing out. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, hinge. Hold forward, lengthening the belly here. This time taking the right leg back. Light on the fingertips, so see if you can lift the fingertips away from the floor. Actively engage the back thigh. And then reground the palms. Take your left foot back to meet your right. Downward dog. Lift your heels high, glide forward to a plank, shoulders over the wrists. Aim your chest forward, lower the knees, or lower halfway. Rise to cobra or upward dog. Exhale back to down dog. Inhaling your right leg. Bend the knee and round the spine here. From here, we'll re-extend. Bring it across the body, see if you can tap the left elbow. And then turn out from the hip joint and take the foot all the way to the outside of that right hand. Take your left foot all the way out to the outside of the left hand. Start to sink the hips here, yogi squat. And then lift the hips to feel the feet in. Bend the knees, sink the hips, reach the arms, chair. Rising all the way up. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, swan dive. Fold forward. Lengthen the belly here, heart draws forward. This time the left leg comes back. See if you can lift the fingertips away from the floor. Engage the back thigh. Reground the palms. Take that right foot back. Down dog. Gliding forward into a plank. Tippy toes, lower the knees or lower all the way down. Turn out. Into a larger cobra or press into the hands, up dog. Making your way back. Downward dog. Raising the left leg this time. Bending around. We'll reach back. This time bring it across the body. Tap that right elbow. And reach it back. This time coming toward that left elbow. Step the foot all the way to the outside of the left hand. Bring weight into that hand. Take your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sink the hips, malasana. Take the hands to the floor, toe heel the feet in. Come to your forward fold, bend the knees. Sink the hips, reach the arms. Utkatasana. Rise. Tadasana. Inhale here, taking the arms all the way up. Hinge from your hips, fold forward. We'll find a long spine. And then step to plank. Lower the knees. Or come to tippy toes. Lowering halfway this time. Rising into cobra or up dog. Making your way back to downward dog. Deep breaths right here. Deep breaths in and out. Spread the fingers. Maybe like you're pressing the floor away. Find that lift up through the sitting bones. Take one more breath here. Lift your heels. Bend the knees. Look forward to the hands. You're welcome to step or maybe hop out of your mat. Lengthen the belly. Folding forward. Hinge from your hips. Rise. All the way up to stand. Releasing the arms here. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold forward. Take a long spine here. Plant the hands. You're welcome to step or jump. Chaturanga. Rise into cobra, upward dog. Downward dog. Deep breaths in and out. Spread the fingers here. And then see if you can ground down through those index fingers and thumbs as you do. Find that lift through your sits bones. Take another breath. And then take a deep inhale here. Lift your heels, bend the knees. Looking forward to the hands. Stepping or hopping. Long spine. Folding forward, we'll bend the knees. Sink the hips. Take the arms up alongside ears. Utkatasana. Take a breath. Exhale, fold all the way back down over straight legs. Long spine here. Planting the hands. Stepping or jumping. Chaturanga. You can always lower your knees. Rising into cobra or upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Raising the right leg. Taking it forward between the hands. Take your back heel to the mat. Float the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to open out to 2. Start to sink into that front knee. From here on an inhale, take the back hand all the way down. Exhale, chaturanga. Press the floor away, upward dog. Exhaling back. Downward dog, left leg this time. Bring it forward between the hands. Take the back heel to the mat, float the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Open up to 2. Start to sink into that front knee. Spreading through the toes of the front foot. And then inhale your back hand all the way to the floor. Exhale, chaturanga. Always have the option to lower the knees. Rising into cobra or upward dog. Making your way back to down dog. Deep breaths. Take another breath here. Bottom of the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward to your hands. Stepping or maybe hopping. Take a long spine. And then folding forward, bend your knees. Sink the hips. Take the arms up alongside the ears. Take a breath here. Exhale, fold all the way back down over straight legs. Long spine, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back. Chaturanga. Rising into your choice of back bend. Making your way back to down dog. Raise the right leg here. Stepping it forward between the hands. Take the back heel to the mat. Float the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. As you exhale, open up to 2. Start to sink into that front knee. From here, rotate your front palm. Let's add a reverse warrior. Slide the back hand down. Inhale your back hand to the floor. Exhale, lower the knees or chaturanga. Press the floor away. Exhale, down dog. From here, raising the left leg this time. Taking it forward between the hands. Take the back heel to the mat. Float the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Open to 2. Start to sink. We'll rotate the front palm. Slide the back hand down, reversing your warrior. And then take your back hand all the way to the floor. Exhale. Chaturanga. Press the floor away. Upward dog. Exhaling back to down dog. Deep breaths right here. Actively press into the hands here like you're pressing the floor away. Take another breath in. The bottom of the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward to your hands. Stepping or hopping, top of your mat. Lengthen the belly here. Folding forward. We'll come back in a chair. Refining this just a bit. Look down. Make sure toes are peering out, so knees aren't coming forward the toes. Weight is reaching back toward the heels. And then just make sure if the feet are separated, the knees are that same distance apart. Arms extend alongside ears. Breath in. Hold all the way down over straight legs. Long spine. Planting the hands, stepping or jumping. Making your way through vinyasa. We'll meet up in down dog. From here, we'll inhale the right leg, bend the knee and round the spine. Coming forward to that hover, re-extend, draw your nose towards your knee. One more like that. This one's gonna come all the way forward between the hands. Keeping this back heel spun up, float the arms all the way up here, and just rise to a high lunge. Start to settle into the hips. As you do, find this reaching extension up through the arms. Really draw the back thigh up toward the ceiling. Bending into that front knee. Take another breath here. As you exhale, just taking that back heel down to your mat. Go ahead and widen your stance a bit. Start to bend into that knee. Find that reach and extension out through the arms. In fact, you can bring your palms to face up, broaden the collarbones a bit. And then keeping this broadening, just bring the palms to face back down. Settle in. Nice, we'll reverse the warrior from here. And then bending that front elbow, reach the arm. Exhale, come back to a reverse warrior. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, reverse. This time, inhale, side angle, hold. And then find that line of energy from the fingertips all the way down to the toes. Find a little lift away from that thigh with that elbow, and then you can stay here or extend through the arm. Reaching it toward the opposite wall. One more breath. You get grounding down here to rise up. Come back to warrior two. Take your back hand all the way to the floor. We'll reach the right leg back. Bend the knee and fan the hip here. Maybe take a circle of the ankle one direction. Circling the other way. Lengthen that leg here. Float the foot down to meet the other foot. This time raising the left leg. Bend the knee and round. Re-extend. Draw your nose toward your knee. Pull the belly up and in. One more like that. This one's going to come forward between the hands. Keeping the back heel spun up. Float the arms all the way up overhead here. And just rise into a high lunge. So that back heel spun up, this becomes a balance pose. And then you're working towards squaring the hips off here. Really drawing that back leg toward the ceiling. Sink into the front knee. Wiggle the back toes back a bit as needed. Reach through the arms. Breathe. Take another breath here. We'll take the back heel down, just opening out to warrior two. Readjust your stance, bend into that front knee. Find that reach and extension out through the arms, from fingertip to fingertip here. Then from here, moving on the breath, exhale to reverse. We'll inhale to side angle. And exhale back to reverse. And inhale to side angle. And exhale to reverse. This time, inhale to side angle, hold. Find that full extension from your heel through your fingertips. And then notice if you're jumping into this left elbow. Can you lift the elbow away from the thigh? Can you maybe extend it toward that opposite wall? Breathe. One more breath. Rounding down to rise up, warrior two. Take the back hand all the way down. Take that left leg back, downward dog split, bend the knee, down the hip, maybe circling your ankle. Circling the other way, lengthen the leg here, floating that foot down to meet the other foot. Stay here or move through vinyasa. Inhaling into plank, exhaling into chaturanga or lower your knees. Press the floor right here, up, down. Exhaling back to down dog, breathing in and out. Take another breath. And we'll bend the knees here. Look forward, or forward of the hands, we'll step, or maybe hop. Head of the mat, lengthen the belly. And then folding forward, bend your knees, sink the hips, take the arms all the way up alongside the ears. From here, start to reach the weight back toward the heels, leaning the chest forward, drawing the palms over the heart, and just take a twist to your right. So you can either hook that elbow between the knees or kind of nestle yourself down, bring it all the way to the outside of the right knee. Breathe. Make sure that left knee isn't coming forward to the right, maybe the arms extend. And then unwind here and just fold. Lengthening the belly, planting the hands. You're welcome to step or jump. Chaturanga, if you're getting tired, lower the knees, rising into your back bend, and making your way back to down dog. Raising that right leg. This time we'll bend the knee and round. Re-extend, move it across the body, tap the left elbow this time. Reaching it back. This time toward the right elbow, take the foot to the outside of that hand. Spin the back heel down, sweep the arms back, find airplane arms. So finding this sternal rotation through the shoulders, find that lift for the belly, energize the back leg, we'll interlace the fingers, slide your fists down your back thigh and lift your chest. Take a breath here, and then nice and easy fold over. So with that foot, a little toward the right, you may be able to drop that right shoulder to the inner thigh here. Let the weight of the head hang, breathe. Really energize the back leg. Opening up to the shoulders, and then on a breath in, release the hands here, warrior one. Readjust your stance, open up to two. Really start to bend into that front knee, and then reach out through the arms. Settle in just a bit, relax your jaw. Softening the face here. We'll come back to reverse warrior. And then from here, moving into warrior two, shift the gaze down toward that front big toe. Cupping your hand or reaching down, grabbing for a block. And then from here, start to turn the chest. Find that external rotation through the standing leg here. Work towards stacking the hips. Opening up the hips toward the side while the left arm can extend. Ardha Chandrasana, really actively engage the back leg. One more breath. We'll bend back into that standing leg. So you can come to a nice soft landing here. Warrior two. And then reversing the warrior. This time transitioning into a reverse triangle. Lengthen through the right side waist here. Take the hand to the shin. And then lift this left arm high. Trikonasana. Keep the chest turning up. Lift the gaze here. Breathe. We'll take this bottom hand away from the shin. And then like somebody's going to by the wrist, press down to rise up. Rebend the front knee. Take this back hand all the way down. We'll take the right leg back here. Bend the knee and hip open. From here, shifting forward. Aim the knee toward that right elbow. Step the foot all the way to the outside of the right hand. And then just lowering into lizard pose. So we're welcome to take some padding underneath that back knee. Hands here can come to a block. Or to the floor. And then lowering forearms. Maybe sliding a block underneath the forearms here. Breathe. Start to settle into this a bit. Coming into the stretch for the hips and groins can allow the weight of the head to release, relax your jaw a bit. And then nice and easy, making your way back up. Hands can stay on the block here or the floor. Again, we'll just lengthen through that leg. And then rebend, going the heart forward, and then lengthen over that leg. Move through that 2 more times. And then the next time you rebend that knee, take a circle to the right, just like we did in the warm-up. Maybe you're able to go a little more deeply into the stretch this time. We'll do a couple more, moving with your breath. And then the next time you rebend this knee, draw the heart forward. So tuck your back toes under, find a little lift through the belly. Bring all the weight into that right foot. Nice and easy. Step your left foot to the outside of the left hand and just start to sink the hips here. So let the tailbone get heavy. And then think of reaching the crown of the head toward the ceiling. Malasana. Nice. From here, press into the feet a bit. And then lift the hips, maybe an inch or two. And just hold. Breathe into that. One more breath in. From here, take the hands to the floor. We'll toe heel the feet in a bit. Taking a hold of opposite elbows. Or you can grab a yogi toe, lengthening the belly as you exhale, fold. You're going to allow the weight of the head to release. And you can take a bend in the knees. In fact, start with a bend in the knees. Release the chest toward the thighs. And then maybe work towards lengthening the legs and lifting the hips toward the ceiling here. Take another breath. Exhale the breath, and then release the toes here. Toe heel the feet back together, bend the knees, sink the hips. Come back to Utkatasana. Joining the palms together over the heart. Start by aiming the chest forward. Just take a twist to your left this time. So you can hook the elbow either between the knees or maybe snuggle down and bring it to the outside of that left knee. And then just take a peek. Make sure that right knee isn't traveling forward to the left. Stay here where the arms can extend. Coming a little more deeply into that twist. Nice, we'll unwind. Exhale, pull forward. Long spine here, and then planting the hands, stepping or jumping back. If you're getting tired, take the knees to the mat, or even skip a vinyasa. And we'll meet back up. Down dog. This time we're raising the left leg, bend the knee around, and then we'll bring it across the body here. Tap the right elbow here. Nice, reach it back. This time tapping your left elbow. Take the foot all the way to the outside of the left hand. Take the back heel to the mat. Find that lift through the belly. Sweep the arms back. Find airplane arms. Draw the heart forward. Like you've got that block between the shoulder blades here. Reach the arms open across the chest. Take the opposite interlace of the fingers if you can remember. So non-habitual thumbs on top. Lift your chest. A little bit of a back bend. Like you've got the block between the shoulder blades, and then fold forward. Maybe start to allow the arms to drop overhead. Bring the fingers interlaced here. Take another breath. And we'll release the hands, sweep the arms, press down to rise up. Warrior one. And then just readjust your stance, open to two. Start to sink. Settle in a bit here. Sending the gaze down that left index finger. And then find that reach and extension out from fingertip to fingertip. Then we'll flip the front palm here. Take the back hand down, reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior two. Pour all the way into this left foot as you feel steady. Taking that hand down to the floor of the block. Reach the right toes away. And then open the chest. So finding that turnout in the hip of the standing leg here. And then that right arm extends. And then energize the back leg like you're bringing a footprint to that back wall. One more breath. We'll start to rebend the knee. Settle back into warrior two here. Flip the front palm, take a reverse warrior. And then lengthen all the way through that front leg reverse triangle. Let the left hip under. Hand comes to the shin. Reach the right arm high. Trikonasana. Find that lift up out of the low waist here. Release the hand from the shin, and then press down for both feet to rise back up. Rebend the front knee. Take your hand all the way down. Go ahead and reach the left leg back this time. Bend the knee, fan the hip, and then shifting forward this time, aiming the knee toward that left elbow. Take the foot to the outside of the left hand. And then you're walking to grab a block here. You bring hands to blocks. Lower down onto the forearms. You can take a block underneath the forearms here. Or palms to the floor. Settle in. Coming into lizard on the other side. Deep breaths. Relax your jaw. Soften your face, settling into this. 4 more rounds of breath, nice and easy. And then go ahead and walk the hands into the inside of that left foot. So you're walking to stay on the block here, come to the floor. And then lengthening through that front leg. And breathe in. Heart draws forward. Lengthen all the way through that leg. And then rebend the front knee. Go through that 2 more times. Moving with your breath. And the next time you rebend the knee, we'll take it into a circle counterclockwise this time. So circling over to the left. Take your time. And then the next time you rebend that knee, tuck your back toes under. Find a little lift through the belly for weight into that left foot. Take your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Start to sink the hips here. We'll come back to yogi squat, halasana. Let the tailbone get heavy from there. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. And then press into both feet here. Find a lift away. Coming into that hover, breathe. Lift a little bit higher. Breathe. Exhale. Woo. Fold forward. Toe heel the feet in a bit. So feet are underneath the sitting bones here. Opposite elbows. Take a yogi tower this time. Lifting the feet. Slide the hands all the way underneath. And then just allow for the weight of the head to release here. Let the chest collapse for the thighs. Letting go. And if you've got hands underneath the feet, turn this into a little bit of opening across the wrist. Think of grounding down for the mounds of those big toes. Shifting your weight forward a bit so hips go over the heels. Deepening that opening in the back body. One more breath. And we'll release the toes here. Soften the knees, find a little lift for the belly. Roll it up to stand, bone by bone. You can take the hands to the thighs if you like. And then toe heel the feet toward one another. Take a moment here and just find Shavasana. And then from here, spread through the toes of that right foot. We'll pour all the weight into the right leg. When you're ready, lifting the left toes up. Bring the knee in toward the chest. Take a micro bend of that right knee. Hands can come to the hips here. Bring the chest forward as that leg comes straight back. And then work towards dropping that left hip here. Allow the thigh roll in. From here, you can open the arms. Roll the shoulders back, airplane. We'll bend into that standing leg. Nice soft landing, find a high lunge. And then from here, interlace the fingers, invert your palms. Lift them up toward the ceiling. Keep this lift as you slowly lower with control. Nice. Once you're here, untuck the back toes, sink your hips a bit. And then from here, we'll press into that right foot a bit and reach the arms up. Anjaneyasana. Heart will lift, little back bend, and unwind the arms. You can grab a hold of blocks here. And then from here, we'll lengthen over this front leg. So heel your foot forward a bit. And then you can flex the foot, reach the toes up toward the ceiling. Find some length in the belly. So remember, you can always take these blocks up to the higher height. And as you exhale, fold all the way over that front leg. So coming into Padmasana. Breathe. Nice and easy. You're welcome to stick with half Padmasana, or you can start to slide this back leg back. Turn the front foot forward a bit. Blocks can come on either sides of the hips, so ways of working into the pose. You're welcome to stay here, hands to blocks, pressing down firmly. You can also take a block maybe underneath the front of that right thigh here. And then you're welcome to stay here if it's in your practice, maybe folding forward of that front leg. And you get full Padmasana, one more breath. And then retrace your steps. So if you extended that leg, start to back it up. Hips over the back knee, bend into your front knee. And we'll take a little lunge here. And then you're welcome to take hands to blocks here. Bring them about 6 inches forward of that front big toe. Or all the way into the right foot. Take the left leg up, standing splits. And then you can walk your hands in toward your foot, taking them to blocks or the floor. Reach that top leg up toward the ceiling. And then you're welcome to stay here or take this right hand, kind of slide it down the calf toward the ankle. Stay with you or maybe testing your balance, releasing that left hand. And then nice and softly, soften the knee of the standing leg. Bring that left foot to knee the right. Feet are about sitting bone width apart. Soften the knees here. Hands can come to the thighs or let the arms dangle. Roll it up to stand. Roll your shoulders back. Heel the feet in a bit. Row top. Spread through the toes of that left foot. Start to pour all that weight into that left leg. As you feel steady, reach the right toes away from the floor. Make sure you're not sinking into this hip. Engaging the medial glutes here. Find that lift through the belly. And then soften the knee of the standing leg. Hands can come to the hips. Leg comes straight back as that chest fades forward. Eventually bringing your torso in line with that back thigh. And then you can use your hands to guide you. Drop that right hip a bit. And then from here, roll your chest and shoulders open. Take a breath. We'll bend into the standing leg, nice soft landing. Take a high lunge. Opposite interlace the fingers, invert your palms, find that lift up. Slowly with control, lower down. And then sink into the front knee. So you're welcome to take a some padding to that back knee, either doubling up the mat or maybe using a blanket here. And then a little bit of firmness down through the floor to that left foot, reaching the arms here, Anjaneyasana. Little back bend, heart lifts. Circle the arms around, grab your blocks. And then back the hips up over that back knee, and then total the front foot forward a bit. Now remember, you can always take blocks to higher height as needed. Lengthen the belly here, and we'll roll all the way over the front leg. And then hands to blocks, so you can readjust as needed. And then just softening into this, soften the face. This could be quite a stretch for the hamstring, so breathe. Should be pretty warmed up now though. And then you're welcome to stay here, or you can start to toe heel that front foot forward, lengthening through that back leg. And again, hands to blocks on either side of the hips, or maybe block underneath this left thigh, either on the lower or the medium height. Staying here, or hinging from your hips, folding over that front leg. And wherever you are, just breathe. One more breath. Exhale it out. Ways of working back out of the pose. You can press into your blocks here and back the hips up a bit. Kind of retracing your steps to back to half Hanumanasana. And then rebound the front knee, coming into low lunge from here. Shifting the blocks maybe 6 inches forward of that left big toe. Right leg lifts up. And then blocks or hands walking in toward that foot. Take that leg up toward the ceiling. Find that reach and extension to that top leg. Chest is collapsing over that standing leg. Stay here, or you can release that left hand down. Maybe, just maybe, if you want to test your balance on this. Releasing that right hand. And then from here, little bend of that standing leg. So soften the knee, bring that right foot to meet the left. And then holding forward over the legs. Nice, this time we'll toe heel the feet all the way out to the edges of the mat. Sink down, settling in. Take a little breather here in your Malasana. One more breath in. And then from here, take the hands to the floor. We'll toe heel the feet in, lengthen the belly, and step into a plank. Go through a vinyasa or lift to downward dog. And from here, meeting up in downward dog. Let's take the right leg back. And then bring it forward. Go ahead and bring that shin more or less parallel to the top of the mat. So from there, you might want to walk the foot into the groins a bit. You can take some padding and bring it underneath this right hip. And if you like, maybe padding the front of that left thigh as well. And then lengthening the belly. When you're ready, just folding forward. You're welcome to take the block to the forehead. You can release the forehead to the mat. And then just settling in here, breathing in and out. What can you do to soften? What can you do to relax the jaw a bit? And then staying with us a couple more rounds of breath. Easy, easy. Another breath here. We'll start to walk the hands in. And then from here, go ahead and take any padding away from this right hip. Roll on to the right hip and keep rolling until those left toes reach toward the ceiling. Readjust the foot to the inner groins here. And then sitting up tall, take a twist to your right. And from here, side bend to your left, reaching that right arm alongside your ear. Try to find this sense of Tadasana through that left leg. So flex the foot, draw the toes back. engaging through that leg. You can stay with this other hand to the outside of that knee, or you can slide it down the calf here, reach it toward the heel. And then breathing into that whole right side. One more breath. Rise on an inhale. Take the hand to the outside of the hip. Stay here. Or you can just peel the hips away from the floor. Breathe into that whole left side. One more breath. Taking the hands down. Tuck your back toes under. Lift through the belly. Free up your right leg. Take some circles in the hip joint here if you like, or circling the ankle. And then nice and easy, lengthening that leg. We'll flow the foot down to the other foot. Left leg back this time. Bringing it forward. And then staying here, or taking that padding underneath the left hip here. Lengthening the belly, or from here, fold over. And just soften. What can you do to release? Relaxing the jaw a bit, soften the face. Just easing into this nice steady breaths in now. Stay here for a couple more rounds of breath, nice and easy. And then slowly, taking the hands in toward the front foot, take any padding away from this left hip this time. Roll onto your left hip, keep rolling until those right toes point up toward the ceiling. Flex the foot here, bring the extra flesh away from the ankle. Take a twist to your left. This time, reaching that left arm alongside here to the side bend over to your right. You can keep the right hand there, or slide it down the calf toward the heel. Breathe into that whole left side. Find that extension through that whole side waist. One more breath. And then take the hand to the outside of the hip. Stay here, or peel the hips away. And then direct your breath into that whole right side, right below rib cage. We'll take the hand down here. Find a lift for your belly. Tuck your toes under. Freeing up that left leg. You can circle the leg in the hip joint if you like. Circle the ankle. Releasing that foot to meet the other foot. And from here, inhale, shift it forward and lowering onto the belly. So you're welcome to lower the knees or lowering all the way down. Take your cheek to the mat here. And we'll look over that right shoulder. Letting go, let the heels fall apart. Big toes come toward one another. When you're ready, taking the chin to the top of the mat, slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Start to peel the chest away here. Really activate the legs like that cobra tail behind you. Peel up a little higher from here. Start to bring some weight into the hands. Try not to let the shoulders creep up by the ears. Take another breath. And as you exhale, nice and easy, lowering down bone by bone. Take your cheek to the mat. Release your arms at your sides. Heels can fall apart here. Big toes come to touch. You can shimmy the hips. Letting go. And bring the chin back to the top of the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, rising up. Bring it to your second set of cobras. Slowly start to bring weight into the hands here. Lift the chest, activate the legs. Maybe the elbows straighten all the way, maybe they don't. Finding that opening through the chest. One more breath. Slow, lower. Let it go. Look over that opposite shoulder. Shimmy the hips side to side. And we'll bring the chin back to the top of the mat. This time, peeling the chest away, peel the thighs away. Roll your chest and shoulders open. Into Shalabhasana. Rise up a little higher if you're able. Activate the legs, toes reach for that wall behind you. Lowering down. Gazing over that opposite shoulder, ear to the mat. Shimmy the hips here. Chin back to the top of the mat. Reach the arms, rising up slowly. Keep the back of the neck long here. So roll your chest and shoulders open like you've got that block between the shoulder blades. One more breath. And lowering all the way down. Shimmy the hips here, let it go. And then one more, bring your chin back to the top of the mat. You're welcome to stay with Shalabhasana. Work from here. Bring it to Dhanurasana if you like. You can pad the fronts of the hips where those bony points are. Bending the knees in, reaching back, maybe grabbing a hold of the tops of the feet, kicking the feet into the hands, roll the chest and shoulders open. Wherever you are, one more breath. Slowly lower. Sliding that blanket out. Look over that other shoulder. Take a little shimmy of the hips, let it go. Releasing the arms to your sides. And from here, we'll take the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up, and just fold back. Hips to your heels. You can separate the knees a little wider apart than usual. Taking a wide extended child's pose. Let it go. Take another breath. And nice and easy. Let's swing the legs around here. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. And then shimmy the hips side to side. Just bring the extra flesh away from those sitting bones. So you have tall. You can walk the feet in toward the groins. Lengthen the belly here. And then hinging from your hips. You're welcome to pad the hips if you like. Just folding forward. We'll come into Baddha Konasana. So we started off in a supta or reclining Baddha Konasana. Now coming into a forward fold version of that pose. Take another breath here. Exhale the breath. Slowly come back up. Take the hands to the outsides of the knees and draw the knees together here. Slide forward a bit on your mat and we'll roll it all the way down. Keep a block handy. Your feet in toward the rear here. Walking your feet in toward the sitting bones. Go ahead and release the arms at your sides. Tuck your chin slightly toward your chest and then just rise to a bridge. You're welcome to stay here. You can kind of rock side to side. Maybe bringing those shoulder blades up underneath from here, interlacing the fingers. Press down through the feet to rise up. And then as you lower, come down bone by bone, nice and slow. Taking a second set of bridge or making your way into a full wheel. An option to stay here, rock those shoulder blades up underneath. Make sure the knees aren't ducking out to the sides here. So imagine you've got a block between the knees. And then roll it down bone by bone, nice and easy. Take a breath. And from here, we're going to come into a third round of bridge or full wheel. And then if you like, from here, we're going to transition into a supported bridge. So you're welcome to take this block on the low or the medium height, sliding it underneath of the hips here, right at that flat bone at the base of your spine. And then staying with a supported bridge for a few breaths. And as you're ready, just taking the right leg and the left leg up toward the ceiling. Take a supported shoulder stand. You can flex the feet a bit, draw your toes back. Close the eyes. Relax your jaw. And settling in here, coming back to your breath. We'll stay with this a good 5 to 6 breaths. Nice and easy. And then as you're ready, Another deep inhale. Exhale fully. And then we'll take a breath in here. Take the entire out breath. Take the feet back down to the floor. Lift the hips here. Sliding your block out. We'll take a moment to just neutralize the spine. So take your time, walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. Bring the arms up overhead like cactus arms here. You can start to just windshield wiper out the legs. So take your knees, the left, the right. And then see if you can connect this with your breath. So as you inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale up and over the left. Inhaling to the center. Exhale up and over the right. And then the next time you drop the knees to the left, just looking over that right shoulder. So you can direct your breath into that whole right side. And then coming back to the center. This time, take the knees up and over the right. Look over your left shoulder here and see if you can just breathe into that whole left side. And come back to the center and wrap the arms around the knees and just give them a hug. Take a little circle. Releasing the low back into the floor. Definitely the other way. And then from here, you can ground the sacrum, open the knees out. Take the hands either to the arches of the feet, or if that's not available to you, grab the ankles and just rock it side to side. So you can keep that sacrum grounded. And then maybe just one thing, one leg and then the other here, nice and easy. And as you're ready, bring the soles of the feet back together, lower back down to the floor. And then you're welcome to take blocks and slide them up underneath of the knees here for support if you like. Turning to a different variation of that shape that we started with. And the palms to face up. Close the eyes. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. And here you can take the hands to the lower belly, bring them into the shape of a diamond and just a little breath work here, breathing in and out. Finding that expansion across the chest, the belly as you inhale. Slowly allowing the chest and belly to breathe. Keep going for a few rounds of breath. Release your arms at your sides. You can stay in this version, or you can lengthen the legs long onto your mat and come into Shavasana. Slowly starting to deepen the breath. Bring some movement back to the body, the fingers, the toes. As you're ready, take the arms up overhead. This final stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. When you're ready, bending the knees in one at a time and making your way onto your right side. And we'll pause. Take a moment just to soak in all the effects of your practice. As you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, go ahead and press your way up to a seat. Just allowing your head to be the last to come up. Return the hands back to heart center. Take a moment. Back to your practice. Returning to your intention. And from here, closing class with the sound of one Om. Bringing the hands to third eye center and folding forward. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Great class.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the feedback, guys. Hey, Kathleen. Yay.
Thanks for the great t-shirts.
Yay. You're welcome. You guys wear it well. So we are hoping to get back in June. Likely not June 1st, but not too far thereafter. So we will continue to Zoom though, and we're just looking into getting everything in place so that we can keep everybody safe. And we'll continue Zooming classes. So keep an eye out for an email soon with hopefully more details as we get all this figured out. And thanks for hanging in there. Yay.
Yay.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Great
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Steph.
Bye,
Oh, she's got on her
Danielle.
t-shirt. So cute. Bye, Sue.
Bye.